Have you ever wondered how much time an average person spends on their phone or should spend on their phone? Well, we're all aware of phone addiction, and lately my addiction's been bad. It's the first thing in the morning. I've spent hours and hours and hours scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube instead of doing something productive. So this week's video, I decided to swap my screen time with reading time. I'm going to use last week's data or stats or analysis, and as you can see, it's not great. So let's take a look at them. So Sunday, March 31st, I was on my phone for 5 hours and 10 minutes, mostly on Facebook. Last week I was on Facebook a lot because there's a lot of things going on that was interesting. I could not take my attention off of, so 5 hours. And on Tuesday, that's a scary looking... Oh my god, I was on my phone for 10 hours and 58 minutes. Like, what was I even doing? First of all, it was April Fool's, so maybe that's why I was looking for a lot of people's pranks or whatever. I spent 5 hours and 14 minutes on Facebook and 2 hours and 58 minutes on Messenger. I think I gone down this rabbit hole of watching movies on Facebook because they would post like full movies on there and then I just get distracted. I think I watched like 2 movies on there, and then after this it went low. Tuesday, I spent 4 hours and 53 minutes on my phone, mostly on Facebook again. I don't know, I couldn't tell you what I was doing. On Wednesday, it was 5 hours and 30 minutes. On Thursday, same thing, 5 hours and 30 minutes. On Friday, 4 hours and 31 minutes. And on Saturday, 5 hours and 24 minutes. And so that was a lot. Ugh, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this. This week also, I have finals the week after this, so I should be studying. Ugh, I don't know why I did this to myself. But anyways, we're gonna continue on with the video. The books I'm gonna read in this video, it's gonna be for my April TBR because I want to get through this TBR. I'm going to start with a famous one, Throne of Glass. This is on audio, I think, or on Spotify, and it's free, so I might listen to a lot of it, most of it, I don't know, just so I can be productive while I'm reading, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's get on to reading. Update. I have 48 minutes left and I'm like this far into the book. I'm now on chapter 21, page 150. So far, this book is actually pretty good. I love the banter between Selena and Dorian, and also Kale and Selena. Like, is that like a potential love triangle? There's just some chemistry between all of them. So she's in Ritfold, I think, for the King's competition to be the King's champion, and there's 24 of them fighting for that title, and it's kind of like giving murder mystery vibes. This is not a spoiler because it says in the back of the book or the description of the book that when her competitors start dying mysteriously one by one, Selena's fight for freedom becomes a fight for survival. So now I think there's 2 that died. I don't really have much of an update. I'm kind of pretty tired, but I'm gonna read for the remaining like 45 minutes. Sorry, I didn't stop the timer while I was talking. I just want it to finish because it's almost 11:30 and I should be in bed by now, but I need to finish this. Hey guys, it's the next day. It's 1:30 right now. I just got back from taking Austin's grad pictures. That's why I didn't start earlier today, but today we have 5 hours and 24 minutes to read. So I think I'm gonna start that now. I do have to do some chores around the house like laundry and stuff. I can listen to the audiobook while I'm doing that, but right now I just want to sit down, relax, and read the book. And this really interesting part that's just, it's so, I don't even know how to describe it. Like I said last night, there's this like love triangle going on and I am here for it. I didn't think it'd go this way. That's why I don't want to say more till spoil it. Let's start. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, I was literally fighting for my life before chapter 50. The past few chapters have been, it's like keeping me on the edge of my seat, like what's gonna happen. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to it because I need to know what happens. It is now 6:13 with 52 minutes left. I finished Throne of Glass, and I could have finished 30 minutes ago, but there was just like certain parts that I kept rereading because it was not good. It was so good, so good. The ending was just everything. There was just, I can't say anything because it's gonna ruin it, but I am so glad that I read Assassin's Blade first because now I'm like more attached to her and connected to her, and I feel like I know her and understand why she does what she does. And there are some things that come up that are from Assassin's Blade which would have ruined it for me, or there's like stuff that would come up I'd be like, yeah, I know about that. I think I would rate this book like a 4 stars, or even a 4.5. I think I'm gonna do 4.5 because I think in the beginning, as other like fantasy books, there's just like a little bit of world building. There was a lot here. It didn't really grab my attention right away, but like midway through when everything started to unravel and happen, that's when it caught my attention. Just like the ending and everything that happens near the end. Like we all know, every Sarah J Maas books, the last 100 pages are always crazy, and that's what this gave me. I'm really excited to read the other books. Dorian and Keol, love them both. I did start the Love Hypothesis. If you don't already know, this book is about Olive Smith, who is a PhD student, and Adam Carlson, who's known as a young hotshot professor, and I'm guessing everyone's in love with him if he's described that way. So the story starts off with like right away what happens in the book. Olive is trying to make her best friend think that she's doing well, she's dating someone else and stuff like that, just because of the situation they're in. And I don't want to say it because I feel like it ruins it, but shh. Wait, what did I just say? I'm blanking out, I read too much. But yeah, she's trying to make her best friend think that, and in the process she grabbed the first person that was near her and kissed him because the best friend was like walking by her on campus or something, and the person happens to be Adam, the professor. And I guess from there on, like, they agreed to like fake date because it benefits them both. Olive because of her situation with her best friend, and Adam, it's gonna help his career as a professor. Anyways, yeah, I got this far into the book. I think I'm just really tired from reading so much. But yeah, that's all my thoughts. Hey guys, it's the next day. I started with 5 hours and 10 minutes this morning, and now I have 3 hours and 43 minutes. I am 137 pages into the love hypothesis, and I'm loving it so far. Like, this book is making me giddy and happy, and it's like refreshing coming out of like a fantasy like Throne of Glass. This is just like a lighthearted book that's like easy and fun to read. I've also been listening to it on audiobook because just like to be able to do stuff in the morning, I'm just gonna keep reading and probably listen to the audiobook while like I get ready for the day and stuff. And also look at my cute new water bottle. It's so cute. I'll probably get over in like a week because I have so many emotional water bottles. It changes all the time. Guys, so you know how I've been like listening to like the audiobook too, and like the audiobook, the narrator's just like a little bit weird. This is like a spicy scene, and this is what the author, I listened to it like 2 times speed.
So nice. Mmm. Her palms came up to cup of space. She began to trace his cheekbones with her thumbs.
Hey guys, just an update. I haven't done anything with my day because I've been busy reading this book. As you saw from my reactions in the past couple clips, I am loving this book. I have an hour left and I have this much of the book left. I'm on chapter 18, page 291, and I'm loving it. It's giving Grumpy Sunshine vibes because he wasn't really into this at first, this whole fake dating thing, but he's warmed up to her, and there's times where they're vulnerable with each other, and it's just so cute seeing them connect on an emotional level and not so much like not a lot of physical yet. I like when that happens in romance books, is where they physically and mentally connect and then the physical part, because it just means more and there's more anticipation of it happening. But then I find out, like, I'm so in love with Adam. I find out this little aspect of him. I just want to warn you guys that I grew up with cousin brothers and male figures in my life who are car guys and know a lot about cars, and I'm dating a car guy as well, and they have this common dislike towards Priuses, and he drives a Prius. So I grew up thinking that Priuses are bad or whatever. Nothing against anyone who drives a Prius, but as soon as I told Austin that, he was like, I don't know why they hit them. They look like normal cars to me, and I don't know anything about cars. Hey guys, so I just finished the 5 hours and 10 minutes today. I have the epilogue left, and then I think there's like a bonus chapter, so I'm gonna read that and then come back and give you my thoughts. I'm back. I just finished the epilogue and the bonus chapter, and I love it. I think I'm gonna rate this book like a 4.5. There was just a little bit too much science for me, but not too much that it turned me off. Sometimes I felt like I was just like skimming through the articles that they would mention because I didn't really have any interest in it, but the chemistry the characters had, I loved their banter and just everything about them. I loved it. Especially there was one moment in here where he was like, touch her and I'll kill you type of vibe, and that's like one of my favorite tropes. I will see you guys tomorrow for our very long day. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it, but I will see you tomorrow. Hey guys, it's sometime later and I still can't stop thinking about this book. If you've read this book and haven't read Adam's point of view, I don't even care if he drives a Prius. I don't care. I don't care. Morning guys, it's Monday, and as you saw, I started my 10 hours and 58 minutes. And I don't know, I am not feeling well today. I had some wine and drinks with my friends last night, and I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling the best. I'm gonna pop some Advil, Tylenol, hopefully feel better. But I started one of the novellas in Unite Me, Destroy Me, which is the novella that comes after the first book, Shatter Me. And then I'll read Unravel Me because this is on my April TBR. I'm currently on page 15, and this one, Destroy Me, I think is in Warner's point of view from what I'm comprehending so far. I'll update you guys in a bit. I just finished Destroy Me. It was only 111 pages, so it went pretty fast. It took me about 2 hours just because I couldn't focus, and I just had this headache. I have like about 9 hours left, and my thoughts on this book, I really liked it. It was about Warner and his point of view about everything that happened, and I'm kind of starting to like him. I know people are obsessed with him, so like, is this the start? So I think I would rate this a 3-star. I enjoyed it, but there was nothing exciting about it. I'm gonna start the second book, Unravel Me. Hey guys, just an update. It's 1:32 right now. I think I've been reading for close to 4 hours maybe. We still have 7 hours to go. Yay. I am 103 pages in, chapter 15, and my thoughts so far in this book. It's giving like different vibes, obviously, from the first one. The first one, like, I loved everything about it, and then this second one, I just didn't like how it started. The place, the people turned out to be not what I expected. Just this whole situation is just, something seems off. We have 7 hours and 11 minutes left, and we'll be done at 8:46. Hey guys, just an update. I have 2 hours and 43 minutes left. This is actually feeling like the 24-hour reading challenge because I'm so tired now. But I have like a fifth of the way left. I'm on page 375, chapter 59. And this book just got a lot better. There were some things that were unraveled. I'm sorry, like, there are some things that have come into light about the different characters in this book, and it's like some of it is very heartbreaking, sad, but then some of it is like makes me happy and giddy, but then I feel bad at the same time. I have a very love-hate relationship with what's going on in this book right now. Yeah, those are my thoughts so far. I don't want to say more because if I say more, it's technically gonna ruin the first book. Hey guys, I just finished Unravel Me. I was hoping for a different ending, but I think I'm gonna like the third book. I think it's Ignite Me, right? Oh my god, Ignite Me's third, and I've heard that's like everyone's favorite, so I'm excited. Okay, anyways, let's talk about this book. It's just, this one had a lot of world building and more politics to it, just because she's in this new place fighting against the reestablishment, and there's just like so much information about the reestablishment, where she is right now, and how everything in the world works. But I did love the romance in here. Definitely get the hype around Warner now, but I think I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna take a star away from like everything else that I didn't really like, but like 4 stars because of Warner. One word, Warner. That's it. Still have an hour and a half. I don't want to start like a whole new book, but I might start the novella after this. It's in the same book as the first novella that I read in this video, so I might do that. But I need like a 10-minute break. I just finished Fracture Me, and it infuriates me, but I have 7 minutes left, and there's like Juliet's journal in here, so I guess I'm gonna read that. Okay, I just finished and I'm so tired. That felt like a really long day of reading. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, it's Saturday now. Last time I filmed was Monday. I feel like I failed, but let me tell you the reason. I was worried about my exam, so I decided to pause it, even though I could have continued it because I was procrastinating. I was on my phone. That's like the opposite of what this video is supposed to be. But now it's Saturday. I finished my exam. Yay! Now I'm gonna continue this challenge. I think I'm just gonna continue that week. Oh, we're using Tuesday's hours for today, if that makes sense. That is 4 hours and 53 minutes. I have 3 options from my April TBR. First one is Daisy Hates, the second book in the Magnolia Parks. The next one is Heartless, the second book in the Chestnut Spring series. And then Legendary. I think I'm gonna lean towards this. A lot of people said this was better than Magnolia Parks. This book, it started out introducing a lot of characters. It was just like confusing about who they were talking about, and then they have footnotes like that, and I was so confused, like what are all these numbers? And then I looked down and it's footnotes, and it's just like weird going back and forth, and that took me a while to like understand. I have 4 hours still and I just can't get into this book. I think I'm not in the right mindset to read this book. I'm just like, I can't pay attention. So I think I'm gonna discontinue this book. I think I'm gonna like read a thriller. I have my 3 options, but like, not gonna lie, not really into, I feel like I'm in a little bit of a reading slump. I just want like a quick, fast-paced book that will keep my attention. This story is about 2 newlyweds, Trisha and Ethan, trying to find the house of their dreams so they can move in and settle down and have a family. But then they stumble into this house, which is like in the middle of nowhere, owned by Dr. Adrian Hale, who is a renowned psychiatrist, also a book author, who vanished without trace, just disappeared out of thin air. And then while she's trying to search for a book to keep her entertained while they're there waiting out the storm, she stumbles upon a secret room which contains the audio tapes that Dr. Adrian kept with each of her patients, and from there she finds out some shocking pieces to the story and pieces them together. Say hi. I'm 31% into the book, and I'll give you my thoughts. So this book is like dual point of view between Trisha in the present day and Dr. Adrian Hale in the past. I'm liking it so far. Like, I love how it has short chapters and the chapters leave on a cliffhanger. Something about Trisha, I feel like she just overlooks red flags. Like, girl, because if that happened to me, I would not ignore those red flags. But enough with all this talk. Let's go back to reading. Good morning, everyone. The last clip that you saw of me last night, I was literally half asleep. I remember I looked back and I had 5 minutes and I couldn't finish it because I was literally asleep. We did 4 hours and 53 minutes yesterday, and now we have 5 hours and 30 minutes. 35, because we'll add the 5 minutes from last night that I didn't finish. Start. Guys, I have 3 hours and 45 minutes left, and I'm about 82% in the book, and it took a very unexpected twist. I've been suspecting one character be a little bit sus, but I didn't expect this. Like, I just finished Never Lie and I still have 2 hours and 30 minutes left. Here's my thoughts. So like in the middle of it, when I was talking about just their time in the house, I felt like kind of bored. I was like, when are the plot twists coming? And then it just hit me. Like I didn't even expect it. Like it was shocking. It was wow. But then it kept going after that. Felt bad for one character. If you read this book, you would know which one. I think I would rate this like a 3.5 or a 4. I honestly don't know. I'll put my rating on the screen because I feel like I need to think about it more, but it's between 3.5 and a 4. Okay, I think I'm gonna read this for the remainder 2.5 hours we have left today. I got this much into Verity. So far it's good. It grabbed my attention. It was kind of slow at first, so I listened to the audiobook. Don't have much thoughts. When Lowen finds Verity's autobiography, like that was a lot. Definitely mind-boggling. I have no words. I don't even know what to say because it messed with my mind. I don't even know what to believe. I think I'd rate this like a 4-star for now. It was good, but some things just didn't sit right with me. I don't know which side to believe. I still have 3 hours and 14 minutes, so I might pick another book and start it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish it in this video. Hey guys, so it's a month later. While I was editing this video, I noticed I didn't have an outro, so here I am filming that now. I read 7 books in this video, well 6, because I didn't finish Daisy Hates and I'm still not finished that. I think I'm gonna soft DNF it and pick it up another time. Just haven't been in the mood to read it or read in general after I moved into this place and started my preceptorship. It's just been so stressful and it's hard getting back into the routine. Anyways, I just wanted to summarize what happened in this video. Here are the stats for this video. It was a Friday when I started this video. I'm not even sure what Friday. It's been so long. I read for 4 hours 31 minutes. I read 182 pages of Throne of Glass. I think I was just reading really slow that day. That's why I didn't get too much done. But on Saturday, I finished Throne of Glass, which is 222 pages plus 61 pages of The Love Hypothesis. On Sunday, I finished Love Hypothesis, 332 pages. On Monday was the big day. It was 10 hours and 58 minutes. I read both of the novellas in this book plus Juliet's journal, and that was 197 pages. Plus I read Unravel Me, which is 461 pages. On Saturday, this was when I just stopped reading because I was overthinking about my exam coming up, so I didn't continue the challenge, but I picked it up again once I finished my exam. On Saturday, using Tuesday's time on the Screen Time app, I read for 4 hours and 53 minutes minus 5 minutes. I read 50 pages of Daisy Hates and 56% of Never Lie, which is roughly around 143 pages. And on Sunday, I read for 5 hours and 30 minutes plus the 5 minutes that I didn't finish the previous day, and I finished Never Lie, which is around 143 pages as well, and I read 171 pages of Verity. On Monday, which was the last day of the challenge, I read for 5 hours and 30 minutes. I finished Verity, which is another 143 pages, and 80 pages of Daisy Hates. Upon finishing this challenge, what I realized and learned that is that I am on my phone too much and I need to stop because it takes up a lot of my day combined. We don't even notice it because it's such a normal thing that we all do. It was a really fun challenge. I read so much books. I wouldn't have never read this much books in a week, but that kind of sets the perspective of this is how much books I could be reading instead of being on my phone all the time. But, you know, learning to balance things is the most important thing. Anyways, if you stayed this long in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you liked me, please maybe subscribe. Anyways, I hope I see you in another video. And thank you for watching. Bye.